Well, this is it, everyone. Our 6th annual 31 Nights. So, as is tradition, we kick off with another werewolf movie with Ginger Snaps. Ginger Snaps is a 2000 supernatural horror film directed by John Fawcett and stars Katharine Isabelle and Emily Perkins. Box office-wise, the film was a flop, but nonetheless, that still didn't stop it from getting a mass cult following. Does it still hold up? Well, let's find out. The premise of this film revolves around two death-obsessed girls played respectively by Perkins and Isabelle, named Bridget and Ginger. The latter, which ironically does happen to have red hair, no joke, who are looked down upon by their peers due to their strange hobbies. So when Ginger is attacked by something that fits the description of a werewolf, she decides to embrace the change, deciding that this change is so much better than that sad, lonely life I had before. Bridget, however, starts to see the negative effect this is having on her and those she loves, so she enlists the help of a drug dealer to help come up with a solution, hopefully get Ginger the help she needs before it's too late. This is probably the most creative direction I've seen taken with the werewolf genre, given that a lot of its themes are very allegorical. The film is about a girl coming to terms with turning into a werewolf, but I feel that this is supposed to be a symbol for something much deeper, such as the struggles of puberty, with the mother thinking Ginger's strange behavior is just a result of her becoming a woman, or even for depression, given that Ginger did heavily imply that she was suicidal in some areas and seemed just unhappy overall. So it is understandable why she'd embrace her new life as a werewolf, or even just growing up, since Bridget tries to tell her mother that she has a weird feeling about Ginger due to her strange behavior, but her mother just passes it off as her sister growing up and her hormones kicking in. The film is also very somber because of that, since you kind of feel for Bridget watching her sister slowly struggle with something that she can't really wrap her head around, and you feel for her because of this. Thus, I give premise an A. Very unique spin on the classic werewolf story. Now let's discuss acting. The acting of Emily Perkins was very investing. Like I said, she's slowly watching her sister turn into a werewolf, and the horror she exhibits upon discovering it is very real, almost because there is a sense of distraught in her performance, and it really makes you connect with her somewhat, since you just feel for her having to see her sister she was so close to be slowly destroyed. Katharine Isabelle also does a phenomenal job at portraying someone who is just straight up struggling on the inside and fighting their own internal wars. You see, some think that with depression you're just sad and want to mope around all day, but it can come out in different ways. I've struggled with it myself, sadly, like with many people, and I've actually lashed out at people from time to time due to not only what I was going through internally, but also because of the fear that no one would understand. Not to mention, some want to make assumptions and act like we are faking it or just doing it for attention. If you're one of these people, I hope you shit fire and you fucking burn. Not literally, though. Maybe. I don't know. So it makes sense as to why she would lash out at her family or even push some people away given her own internal struggles, along with the fact she most likely felt no one could help her situation. I'm going to go ahead and give acting an A+, easily the best part of the movie. Finally, directing. John Fawcett created a very somber and gloomy atmosphere for this movie, which I feel helped it a ton. Like I said, the film tackles an array of issues teens go through and presents them in a very metaphorical way. Topics such as growing up, peer pressure, depression, and suicide. The latter two being the reason I feel the dark mood of the film is very fitting. The movie tackles some serious issues, and the director does a fine job at making the audience see just how much of a toll it truly takes on a person. And presenting the film as troubling as possible really does help the audience get an idea of the struggle depressed and suicidal people go through internally. Ginger couldn't help her urges as a werewolf, and thus started to push other people away due to them not understanding the struggle that is being a werewolf, that comes with being a werewolf, aka depression, but also because she just refused to go back to her old life. I give directing an A. Nothing groundbreaking, but solid nonetheless. Overall, Ginger Snaps is a very investing film that portrays depression and suicide in a very realistic way and ultimately makes you want things to get better for these characters. The sad violence might have hammed it up for some people, but I personally feel the music helped with the overall tone of the film. The special effects were also very effective, but I feel that had more to do with the fact that they don't really show what the werewolf looks like until the end. I give Ginger Snaps an A. Not only a creative spin on the werewolves, but the way it handled its themes is what gets the chef's kiss. Mwah. Thank you for watching. Welcome to another round of 31 Nights. And don't forget to like and sub for more content.